Gita Jayanti is the day when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, and this day has lots of significance. And this Gita was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna around 5000 years back. And this sublime message of Bhagavad Gita was spoken at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the setting was unprecedented. Millions of mighty Pandava and Kaurava warriors had swarmed the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the armies from both the sides were ready to take the life, and they were also ready to give the life. But just before the beginning of the war, what happened? That Arjuna got completely bewildered. He lost the desire to fight the most important battle of his life, and he wanted to run away from the battlefield. And not just that, he was ready to live even by begging. But Arjuna was fortunate because at that time Krishna was with him, and Krishna was Arjuna's friend. He was his philosopher and he was his guide. And the bewildered warrior Arjuna, who had won many battles in his life, turned towards Krishna, and with tears in his eyes, fear in his heart, and in a faltering voice, he begged Krishna to help him and to show him the right path. Arjuna says to Krishna, "Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple, a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me." This Arjuna says to Krishna. This is from Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 text 7. And Krishna, we all know, is a well-wishing friend of all. He is ever ready to help those who seek his shelter. He shows special mercy to his devotees. So when Arjuna beseeched Krishna for help, Krishna immediately came to Arjuna's rescue. He removed ignorance from Arjuna's heart, which was the main cause of Arjuna's perplexity. Now, what is the purpose of Veda? Purpose of Veda is to know Krishna. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking about 5 main topics. He speaks about Ishvara, that is God, Jivatma, that is soul, Kal, time, Karma, action, and Prakriti, that is nature. And in Gita, Krishna also reveals that his identity is that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. He reveals this characteristics of his when he says that I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. This is Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 text 8. And the purpose of all the Vedic literature is to know Krishna. So Krishna says Vedescha sarv aham eva vedyo, which means by all the Vedas Krishna is to be known. And Krishna also reveals our identity, our true identity, and that identity is that we are souls, we are parts and parcel of Krishna. And once we realize this identity of ours and start working to develop relationship with Krishna, all the problems of our life will end. And so what we should be doing, we should be always conscious of Krishna. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also speaks about prescribed duties. He talks about capricious work and he talks about inaction. Prescribed duties are activities which one performs as given in the Vedic scriptures, and the capricious work are the activities which are not recommended in the scriptures. And inaction is the duty which we do and we offer the result to the Supreme Lord. That is, here inaction does not mean that we do not do any kind of action. And Krishna advises Arjuna to perform his prescribed duties by keeping Krishna always in the center and without any attachment for the result. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna that therefore Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time what you should do, you should carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Bhagavad Gita 8.7. So if we always keep Krishna in the center of our life and do all our duties, we will live happily in this world, and after leaving this body and this world, we will attain Krishna and go to the kingdom of Krishna, which is free from birth, old age, disease and death. And Krishna promises that those who come under his shelter has nothing to fear. This Krishna is revealing in Bhagavad Gita chapter 18 text 66. He says, abandon all varieties of religion, just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction and you should not fear at all. So after hearing the sublime message of Gita, Arjuna's bewilderment goes away completely and he decides that he will act as per Krishna's instructions. So Arjuna says to Krishna, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from all doubt and am prepared to act according to your instruction. And this is the reason that Bhagavad Gita is called the king of all knowledge. So this Gita is the crest jewel of all Vedic literature, and so it is called as Raj Vidya, that is king of all knowledge. Now Krishna personally sings the glories of Bhagavad Gita when he says that this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets, the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. And further Krishna says that this knowledge is everlasting and it is always joyfully performed. So if all the Vedic literatures are cows, then Bhagavad Gita is the milk of the cow. That is, it is the essence of all the Vedic literatures. Krishna is the milkman and Arjuna is the calf who drinks the milk. And the same milk fortunately is now available to us in the written form by the great sage Vedavyasa. So this holy book, full of transcendental wisdom, has impacted the conscience of humankind for ages. And the glories of Bhagavad Gita, it stems from the fact that it transcends all the artificial boundaries of caste, creed, religion, race, nation and gender. And this Bhagavad Gita, although Krishna spoke to Arjuna 5000 years back, but it is older than that. It has been in existence since the dawn of creation, and Krishna personally informed this to Arjuna. And Krishna says that I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivasvan, and Vivasvan instructed it to Manu, and the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. That is in Bhagavad Gita 4.1. So since the knowledge got lost by the influence of time, so Krishna again spoke it to Arjuna. Through Arjuna, Krishna is speaking this sublime message to all of us. So this is a great benediction for all of us that we have this great and wonderful knowledge of Bhagavad Gita with us today. And we should understand that Gita wasn't spoken for like Hindus or for Indians. In fact, Bhagavad Gita is for the entire humanity. Great scholars throughout the ages have sought refuge of this pearl of wisdom when they were confronted with different challenges. It has inspired like great world leaders and personalities like Gandhi, Churchill, Einstein, Newton and several other great people got inspired by Bhagavad Gita. And after reading Bhagavad Gita, what will happen? A Hindu will become a better Hindu, Muslim a better Muslim, a Christian a better Christian, a Jew a better Jew. Means everyone is going to gain when they study Bhagavad Gita. And Srila Prabhupada's commentary on Bhagavad Gita is known as Bhagavad Gita as it is, and today it is the best selling edition of Bhagavad Gita in the entire world. More than 100 million copies of Bhagavad Gita as it is has been distributed all over the world till date, and this book has been translated into more than 80 languages. And every year in the month of December, this wonderful festival is celebrated, that is of Gita Jayanti. And the best way to celebrate Gita Jayanti and understand its significance is by reciting the wonderful verses of Bhagavad Gita. And along with the verses recitation, it is also important that we read the meaning of the verses. Many devotees, so what they do on Gita Jayanti day, that they read entire Bhagavad Gita. And in ISKCON temples also, and also in different ISKCON centers, there is Bhagavad Gita recitation and also Gita Jayanti Yagya. And not just that, on this particular Gita Jayanti day, there are many people who come forward and they distribute Bhagavad Gita. And they give Bhagavad Gita happily to their friends, to their family members, and also to those who are not able to afford Bhagavad Gita. So, when we are celebrating Gita Jayanti, when we are reading Bhagavad Gita, then we should pray to Krishna that he shows us the right path so that we can know him, we can love him and understand the significance of this great book. And let us also pray to Arjuna that like him we also surrender completely to Krishna after reading Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.